Hi guys, Sam here from Sam's Review, and today I'm bringing you a BATSAM review on the Diamond Select Gotham Selina Kyle figure. So here's a look at the figure in the packaging. And there we go, and it says Gotham before the legend down the side there. Selina Kyle deluxe action figure with base. On the side we've got a photo of Cameron Bicondover, who plays Selina Kyle. Also it says Gotham before the legend. Personally I think she looks like a young Michelle Pfeiffer. I mean, if you put a photo of Michelle Pfeiffer playing Selina Kyle and Cameron Bicondover next to each other, it's freaky, scary, like similar bone structure and everything. But yeah, so whenever I see her, I always think that she's going to grow up to be the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, who in the films has been my favourite version of Catwoman. Anyway, carrying on around to the back, we have a read-up on Selina from the show, so pause that and read if you'd like. We also have, also available in the way, Detective Jim Gordon and the Penguin. I've already looked at Jim Gordon in my first review. The Penguin is on the way. It says combine faces with Gordon to build the alleyway. And then at the bottom here we've got DiamondSelectToys.com, DC Comics, Warner Brothers, and Comic Shop Locator Services. Right, well, let's open this up and have a look at the figure. Cameron Bicondover in the show, I'm a big fan of her portrayal of Catwoman. I think Selina Kyle, I think she does a really good job. She has the sassiness, I think, to kind of play the character with how she is with Bruce. And she just, like I said before, she looks so much like a young Michelle Pfeiffer that I totally buy it. I like what they've done with her in the show up until the last few episodes, if I'm honest. I think it was the last episode where she joined, I'm going to stay clear from spoilers as best I can, but where she joined up with a returning character in their gang, I thought was a bit silly, really. I don't think they had to put those two characters together at all, but they did. And, oh well. But anyway, I'm keen to see what her character gets up to in season 2 and how they move her character forward more. Move that to the side. There's a lot of cable ties with these figures, which I found out in my Jim Gordon review. And these things are really, really annoying. So just trying to undo most of these. Luckily, this figure is coming apart a lot more easily than the Jim Gordon figure did. Like I said also in my last review, the Jim Gordon review, which is up on the channel. If you've not seen it, check it out. But in the UK, we've still not got season 2 of Gotham as I record this, so we're still waiting for it. I believe in America you're either halfway through or you've completely finished it. Whilst we're still waiting for it, we got told that we'd get it at the beginning of the winter here in the UK, and it's been set back now until 2016, which is a massive disappointment. And they still haven't given us an exact date. They just said 2016, so hopefully it won't be too far into 2016, because I'm looking forward to the show and I want to know what's going on, and trying to avoid any sort of spoilers on the internet or anything nowadays is really hard. But especially if you're getting a show in our case 6 months after the rest of the planet's got it, it's a bit of a pain. A bit like these cable ties. Anyway, Let's try pull this out, move that to the side. That. I'm sorry about this, having to watch me struggle with cable ties. I haven't got a proper camera at the moment, so I'm doing all of my reviews and everything off of my laptop, which isn't the best. So I don't have the ability to pause and do quick edits and stuff like that. So I just have to do it all in one take, which is kind of what you're seeing here, which I guess in a way is kind of good because you can see the things that you'll have to struggle with as well, trying to get these figures out of the case. Which, speaking of the packaging, I spoke on it in my last review. It's as much as the packaging looks great, I feel it's a bit excessive. I mean, this figure, it's maybe this one's probably about all of 5 inches, but it's in an absolutely massive box. So make sure you recycle all the plastic, because that's a lot of plastic just for a small little figure. Okay. Still struggling with these. Whoever put these in really wanted to make sure that these struts didn't fall around. That's the struts. I know they've got to put these things in to stop the figure from falling around, but I cannot stand these cable ties. I mean, I can understand them around, like maybe the torsos to hold them in place, but do we really need them around every single arm and every leg and everything? I mean, is it? I mean, when I was a kid growing up, it makes me sound old, but when I was a kid growing up, these things were never enjoyed, so it's a bit of a pain that now everything comes with a million cable ties. But right. I think we're there, finally. Calais, what a beautiful day, right. Last thing. So, what have you guys thought of the Gotham series so far? Like I said in my last review, I think it started off strong. I loved the tone, especially of the pilot. I love the look of the show. I think there's just a few episodes that I thought in the first series that were just a little bit goofy, really. Like I said in the last episode, my last review, sorry, I'm a big fan of whenever you're doing Batman in any form of media, whether it be comics, movies, whatever, I think it works best when you stick as close to reality as possible. It makes it more believable, as believable as a story about a guy who dresses like a bat and a load of clowns are. But anyway, before we move on, I just wanted to point out that I didn't notice these in the first review I did, but on Jim Gordon, he does have upper leg cuts, so you can twist his legs, and he also has 2 peg holes in the bottom. And I managed to get his base together. That was a lot harder than it needed to be. Anyway, if we bring this in, actually, whilst we've got this here, place that there. Coming with Selina Kyle, you have another section of the wall here, which has got some holes in it. It's also got here on the back, I don't know where you can see that, a little hook hole, so you could put this on your wall if you wanted to. I'm sure you really wanted to affix it to your wall, but you could. So you take your existing base and you slot it together with your base from Commissioner Gordon. Make sure it all lines up. There, yep. So, I don't know how well that's going to come up. There we are. You can see it's all tongue and grooved together. So you push that together, and that extends your wall up a bit. And you've got these 4 little pins that come with, and there's some holes in the walls that you can put those in. But if we get this, which is the gangway of the fire escape here, there's 3 holes just up here on the top, and a 4th one in the corner, and the 4th one is for this peg here on the side of the fire escape. So you line up all the holes with that. Ooh. I have to say, I do like these display bases that they have here, like build a display base. I think more companies should do this. I think it's a brilliant idea, and it just makes your figures slightly more interesting to look at, and better display pieces than just being, standing on a shelf. I mean, if you came in to a room and you saw, some Batman figures or whatever figures really standing on a shelf, you might, look at them for all of a couple of seconds. Maybe they might catch your eye as you walk into the room, but you wouldn't, unless it was something you're really kind of passionate about. You probably might just quickly glance and go, "Oh right, okay," and move on. Where these, I think something like this is just more eye-catching. So, right, what do we do here then? Okay, we've now got these support struts. Trying to see which way they go. Oh, okay, got that. Underneath here, underneath the, oh, there we go. You've got 2 sets of holes there, and you line up these pins to be the support struts underneath. So peg those into place. Make sure that's that one. Is that right? Let's go down to everything. Oh, wait, hold on. Right, gotcha. Okay. So there's a little, over here there's a little clip where they kind of line up, and you want to get the point of this into there as well, so kind of gives it that extra support. We'll get this lined up. Almost there. Now we get the fire escape ladder, which has got 2 little hooks there, and there's 2 little holes just there, so I'm hoping they'll click together fairly easy. Try not to click these into there. Ooh. And there we got it. There we have our fire escape alleyway diorama, which I think, that looks pretty good for 2 bits from 2 figures that you get this little display base, which you have that on a shelf now with the figures. It's more eye-catching, I think. Displays better. This looks nicer all round, I think. So we've got that, and I will quickly set that down and keep wanting to pop out, which I guess, which is what these pins are for. You can just now connect it. Where do we go with these things? Oh, the ladder's fallen off. That's never good. There's two holes down the back here. I guess you slip these pins into. I guess they slip into there. That would seem to make the most sense, surely. Yep. Is that one in? No, I can't get that second one in. Well, you get the idea. That's the display base anyway. And now put that to one side with the extra pins. Don't want to lose them. Connect the. Got to be rather careful with the ladder. It feels like it's a bit of a tricky thing to connect on, but you also don't want to push too hard on it because it's obviously made of plastic, so if you push too hard on it, it will break. So I kind of wish that would clip in a bit better, but anyway, there we go. That's that. Right, let's have a look at the figure itself. Finally, we got there. Sorry it's taken so long. She comes with a little carton of milk with the blue top, which is screen accurate, from the pilot episode where she steals it off of a lady, I believe. She cuts a paper bag and picks it up. So she comes with a carton of milk. So we'll put that in the fire escape. And then we'll have a look at the figure itself. So there is the face sculpt, which I think is the likeness is totally there. That is, this is a figure version of Cameron Bicondover as Selina Kyle. I mean, if I bring in the photo again of her, try not to break it. Alright, so I mean, this to me is spot on. I think that's as good as you're going to get. So this for me has the best likeness. Anyway, let's have a look. She has got her little goggles on the top and a hoodie and a strap on the back, so that's all nicely done. Her eyes look great. Her jacket is done with like grey accents to it, so like give it little highlights. And it's got all the zippers and stuff on it. She's got her gloves. One hand is obviously open for holding the milk, which she can do. And then she's got these little rips in her jeans and stuff. Little buckles on her boots. Anyway, let's have a look at the articulation. She has got arms that go out about that far, and they go all the way around. Just to say, all of these Gotham figures, all their arms rotate all the way around. She has got a rather springy head joint. I don't want to push that just in case I break it. Not very much up and down. Her head feels a bit loose now, so I'm not going to play around with it too much. She has got she's got a swivel, not very much of one, but she's got a swivel at the waist. No other upper body articulation at all, apart from she has got twists at the wrists and hinges, but there's not much to it, and with a figure with such thin hands I don't really want to risk it, and you do get a bit of paint chippage I've got anyway from doing that. Her legs are on ball joints, which is much better than the crotch articulation that Gordon's got, but there you can go out that far. forward about that much, and out and back. They can't go straight back. This is how they go back, which is fine. She's got double hinge knees. I want to go back, and then my least favourite bit of articulation. She's got she's got a cut at the boot. She's not gives you much, but it's something. So she's got a rotation at the boot, and then she has got hinged feet, which I cannot stand. I know loads of people love hinged feet because of you can get them in more dynamic poses, but the problem is if you get a figure, I mean, like my Gordon's got a slightly loose knee, which will only get worse, but if you get a figure with a loose foot, they'll just keep falling over. No matter if you have them on display stands, if they go, it's gravity, it's just going to take it all with it. So yeah, that's yeah, head's a bit worrying, it keeps springing back, so I don't want to test that head too much. I think this figure is fantastic. I mean, the likeness is there, it looks brilliant. It comes with, like I said, the display piece, which for me in itself, I mean, you could use, if you didn't want to use this with Gotham figures, you could literally use this for anything. You could use these for your Arkham figures, or if you're into, I don't know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you see retro turtle figures would look brilliant on here. So yeah, I think this is one of the best ones so far. We've still got the Penguin to come. Also before I leave, she has got 2 peg holes in the bottom of her feet. But yeah, that's your review. Like I said, I'm a big fan of this figure and of the show. It's a shame that my head on this figure, like I said, like if you want to turn it, it just kind of pings back, which I know they can move because I've seen other reviews where they can move, but mine just feels a little bit, there you can see it's a bit loose, so I don't want to test it too much because all I'm going to do is have mine looking forward anyway, maybe up here. Oh, and it can take her weight, so that's good. You can take her weight and you can get her into some Gotham poses, what you can have Gordon down here like. Anyway, being a big kid. So that's your review. Coming up next will be Oswald Cobblepot the Penguin, which is the one I'm most looking forward to getting out of the package. And then also I'm going to be bringing you another last review before Christmas for Batman stuff, which is going to be the Batman, the animated series Joker figure. This will be my last review before Christmas for Batman related stuff, so keep an eye out for that. Anyway, my Penguin review will be up shortly. Thanks again for watching. If you've liked what you've seen, like and subscribe. And thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Bye guys.